Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with my challenge team page for Bramble Fox. And the challenge this month is based on this mood board. And the mood board has a lot of kind of typical seasonal views. This one is a basket of pine cones. This one has some pumpkins. There's a color scheme of brown, dark red, orange, and gold. And then there's this one with the stream going through, and there's what looks like some aspen trees that have turned bright yellow and just really beautiful with some evergreens kind of leading up. And then there's this one, which I'm going to take. It's a whole line of trees, some with fall colors, some evergreens, reflected in the water. So that's the part of this that I'm going to take, I'm going to be inspired by. And I'll tell you why. I live in the south of the U.S., and we don't get a lot of fall color, but there is a certain quiet and stillness that occurs in the fall when summer's over and kids aren't running back and forth to the pool. Right across from our neighborhood pool is this little lake. And it's surrounded by trees, some of which are beginning to get some yellowing before the leaves drop. There's a lot of evergreens, and the reflection in the lake is just beautiful. And then there's this little kind of a perch that was put in the lake for ducks to sun themselves on. At least, I don't know if it was put there for that. It might have some practical purpose, but it's what the ducks do. And so I got a close-up of the ducks kind of sitting up on top, and you can see the oxidation of the metal down at the bottom, and then you can see the reflection in the water. So I love these photos, and to me, when I look at this, it sort of brought these to mind. So that's where I'm going with this. Now, I'm going to be using, from a Bramble Fox product perspective, I have this Hello Autumn disc, which is from last year. And I have this Autumn Glory title that was part of the last Fox box I got. And it also has some critters, and I think I took the deer from there because there are lots and lots of deer throughout the neighborhood. There are also lots of owls, and so I took the kind of bluish owl rather than the brown, and I took the brown branch. So those all came from the Fox box, and I get the Fox Box Plus. I changed my subscription to Fox Box Plus, so I get extras, meaning I also get a stencil and some paper snips, and I think this may have been in there. And I have cut 3 of the leaves off, and I'm going to combine those with some Bramble Fox acrylic leaves that also came, I think, from the Fox Box Plus. So I'm going to put this aside here. And oh no, the leaves actually came from this, which is part of the wildlife collection. I bought the entire collection, and I know that these packets are available individually, some of them, maybe all of them. And before I go live with the video, I will put the names of all the packets that I used. So this is where I got the leaves, and this may be where I got the Autumn Glory title. I'll check to be sure. in any case, those are the Bramble Fox products I'll be using. I have also available these little X's that are kind of, that I could use as small embellishments. My background paper, I debated. I was going to maybe use craft, and then I thought, and the photos really look nice on craft, and then I was going to maybe use white, and I thought I really wanted something that had a fairly grungy look with some little bit of color to it. So I picked this paper. I actually considered this one, but I picked this one from Spectrum Sherbet, 49 and Market Spectrum Sherbet. And I'm using this sketch, which is the sketch for October 17th. And I will be going live on the video will go live on the 17th. I'll go live on the 17th also on the blog, the bramble.co.uk blog. And then I'll be posting around in Instagram and Facebook on the 18th, but using this sketch. And the sketch is by Carrie Simons, MsCarrieCreations.com. And it looks like it has a piece of paper back here. There's a tag. I'm going to use a cut apart that I actually cut apart, and I'll use it as a tag. It has a tab here. I'm going to use some things I cut. These are fussy cuts from, let's see, this cut apart sheet, and this is the other side. This is Simple Vintage Lakeside that was designed by Katie Petite, who also designed Spectrum Sherbet. So, and then I've cut a couple of those little things. I happen to have a pumpkin that doesn't look particularly Halloweenish that I thought I might tuck in somewhere. I have some Spectrum Sherbet leaf clusters, and another, here are the leaves that I cut from the paper snips from Bramble Fox. So we'll see how all this comes out. Now, the reason I say that the only thing I'm being influenced by is that one photo is that the color scheme, I'm going to go heavy on teal in my color scheme. and there's no teal in this. So I'm defying that part of the design. So I noticed that Carrie has this square that is a little bit offset from center, and she's got a corner cluster up here. I'm going to do the square in washi tape. Hers is stitched, and I have some stitching washi tape. And I'm going to try to get the dimensions, or try to get it parallel here. And I'm not paying a whole lot of attention to whether it's square or not. And so a lot of this may end up getting covered up by the rest of the design, but I kind of wanted to pay to give a nod to her design in any way that I could, because I'm going astray in some other ways. Let's see, I'm gonna go like that, and I think that will work there. And I'm not worrying about how I cut the ends. It'll just look like I overstitched if that happens. And I'm just gonna kind of go like that. Okay, done. my stitching is done. That's as close as you'll see me get to stitching. And I'm now going to take, this is a page, ooh, I don't know that I should use this page because look at all those fussy cuts. I have another sheet of it. This page is gonna be the backdrop to, let's see, I want this photo, these photos arranged kind of like that. Let's see if I can do that. And this is a cut apart. It's really just a journaling block, but I'm using it in place of the tag and letting it extend down below. It's almost the same width as my photo. And then I kind of want that right there. That's kind of my idea. Okay, let's just start putting stuff on. I think it's all gonna fit, and we'll see what happens. This is almost the right size. Let me put that on there. Okay. I think that's right. In her design, she shows this inside this little square, and I didn't do it that way, but I think she might forgive me. Okay, let me I'm gonna put the adhesive kind of like so. Actually, I'm gonna maybe put this down a little bit lower. Is it? No, that's not what I want to do. I'm gonna do it like this. I know that when we start putting these, she has a solid piece of cardstock that goes there and the tag goes over it, and then she's got a scallop, and I'm gonna tear instead of scalloping. But I think that's gonna be my solid part. So we'll see how this works out. And I need another piece that goes over here. Okay, and it comes just about to that edge, and I'd like there to be a little more separation, so I'm going to move it closer. In hers, there's actually a horizontal piece of paper and one photo, but I'm doing this photo in place of this horizontal piece of paper. So again, a diversion from the original. I can do this kind of like so. In her design, it ends at the end of that cluster. So I could actually do that, but I kind of want some interest over here. And I want a little bit of this to still be showing down at the bottom. Okay, then we've got this, and I'm going to use it on the on this side. Again, I'll tear that, but now I'm going to tear I hate when the tearing does this kind of little scallopy thing, so I bend it up a lot so that that's not so noticeable, and it kind of adds dimension when you do that. So I'm gonna just tape this down and let it be kind of and these pieces I may use up here. We'll see. I have different plans for that. Okay, so now I want to use this up here, and I'm going to put some foam to raise the top of it. And it's got some ducks that happen to be, this one is just like that one. So I think that one might be a mallard and this one might be a Muscovy. I'm not sure. I wish my dad were here so I could talk ducks with him. Let's see, let's get this on here. My dad would know exactly what kind of ducks they were. He could probably tell you all kinds of other fun things, whoops, about them. I'm gonna do a little bit there to kind of anchor it in two places. I'm gonna scooch it up a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to put this here in place of the tab, and I fussy cut it from one of those cut apart cards, and I've got little foam strips behind each of the arrows just to make sure that adheres. And it's nice that this part of the photo has some kind of open area there that this can go. And I really like that there are ferns, because there are a lot of ferns that grow along down around the water line there. And there's a pair of tennis shoes, because I go to this lake on my walks around the neighborhood. That's one of my first destinations. And if the weather's nice, on my way back, I'll do a loop around that side of the neighborhood. And on my way back, I will stop and do I'll stop and sit there and read a book sometimes. And I had a book with me that day. So I'm putting in one of the little mushrooms from the other side, the reverse side of that paper. And I thought this might be where I tuck the pumpkin in. So there. Now, up here, I want to use some, well, before I get up there, I'm gonna do this part right here. In hers, she's got a floral cluster, or she has the universal symbol for a floral cluster. And I'm going to do another thing that I fussy cut from one of those cut apart cards. It's like a little kind of a wood grain and a doily and a strip, and it's got like a little boat and another little sign and a butterfly and some more ferns, and I just love it. So now you know I'm not gonna like that cut edge, so I'm probably gonna look for a butterfly or something to go on there. And again, I'm really happy that the this part of the photo can take something like this. Oh, I know what. I was gonna put the deer right here, but instead I can put the deer right there. Yes. And it covers my ugly edge. It leaves this one, but this one I can probably do some leaves, some over and under leaves. Maybe. Let's do that. I'll put this under, and then I'll put some fall colored leaves from the I'll put a couple of these there, and then I will put maybe this bramble fox, this perspective, the acrylic leaf. So I'll just layer up some leaves. And since these are up on this, which is let's see. I'll just let the brown one be on top. There we go. And do I want the red one maybe? I think I'll use the red one. Let's do that. I will get the adhesive out. And have it going in part of the same leaf cluster, but going in a little bit different direction. That's not making contact, I don't think. Okay, now I'm going to move the page down. Let me get this back in here. I'm going to move the page down and work up here in this corner. Now I kind of like that, and I want to use this over it. Let me just I'm going to tear this so that the tear shows. Let's see. I'm not going to put them on any foam because I want this to sit. It sits up on foam, and I want it to sit flat. And I'm kind of going to cover a lot of that up, but that's okay. So that says, Hello Autumn. My title is going to go here. So I kind of need to at least have that in place. And what I had in mind is kind of layering that on top of there. You know what? I need this all over a little bit. Okay, and the reason for that is because I need that, the part that holds the owl, to be right here. And I'm okay with the owl partially obscuring the Hello Autumn. But in fact, let's put the owl on there and then we'll place the branch. I don't want to be tied to where the branch is for putting my owl. I absolutely, and Helen Parker is going to laugh because she knows I'm not a fan of brown per se, but the rich, beautiful, chocolatey brown of these, and the fact that they're not shiny, the fact that they're matte, just amazing, absolutely amazing. So I'm gonna maybe do, I don't think there's a lot of gold over here, so maybe I'll do one of these. Let's see. Let me push this back up. I'm not finished here, but I want to let all that sit for a minute. Let's see. I've got gold up there, but I don't have this. So I'll leave this for here, and I'll do that leaf and these leaves kind of coming down from there. And I have a tiny mushroom toadstool that I was going to work into this little scenario. I kind of wanted it under that leaf and where you could see it against the water. Okay, so I got that. I'm going to skip it here, and maybe I'll just use it there or up here. I'm going to put this away and see what we do next. I'm going to bring this closer to me. I'm going to put this down below, and it has suffered some mishandling, and because of that, this leaf is almost separated from, well, it is separated now, but I don't want it to look that way. So I'm going to place it, I've got it on foam, and I've got this one on foam, and then I can kind of touch it up. See, I'm touching that and it's still moving. Okay, and that can stay there and it'll be it'll behave better if I glue it down. And these are raised, so that's fine. And then I can overlay this. Let me put some foam on it. There, and then I will layer these somehow, or layer them in there some kind of way. But this one, and it's all a compatible color scheme to what we already had going on up here. We have a little bit, we brought a little bit of the pinky, orangey, peachy look there. And I think we're done. Let's see, that's kind of pulling this down. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do is glue those things down. The foam is kind of popping up because it's being pushed down over here. I will add some journaling here and here after I photograph it. It'll be private journaling about my thoughts. It's a place that John and I used to go a lot, so it's kind of it has some sentimental attachment. And those birds and turtles, I'm probably wondering where he was. You can't see the turtles there. I'm going to do another page on the turtles. I've got a whole plan for the turtles. But the glory here is the beautiful clear blue sky, the beginnings of trees turning, and the fact that it's so quiet and such a different vibe than you'd get when it's in summertime and the pool across the street is so busy. So thank you for watching, and I will give you links. I'll provide links to where you can get these pieces from Bramble Fox, but they've got a whole line of fall, autumn, fall, whatever you call it, seasonal embellishments, including, these serenity kinds of look that you get from here, and then also some fun Halloween jack-o'-lantern stuff. And their wildlife collection is absolutely incredible. You may have seen me using the monkeys lately. I bought 2 sets of those because I knew I'd use them when I scrapbook photos of the kids, or Allie's 21st birthday party, as it turned out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.